How's it going, guys? And welcome to RC Cincy Extras. Today I have a hoverboard and a kart combo. So these two together make a really fun go-kart. Believe it or not, these are also for adults. This kart is rated to hold up to 250 pounds. So a full-grown adult can ride these. They're a lot of fun. But before I get into these unboxing and this review, I want to give you guys a heads up. So I bought this one from Walmart. Now, nothing wrong with Walmart. They have great products, good prices. But there was a ding here, and that's not an issue. I never worry about that. But the issue was it was taped, and it doesn't look like manufacturer's tape. So when we started to do the unboxing, this one had all the components, just no bolts and no straps. So I literally couldn't build it, and we couldn't hook up the hoverboard under it. So it was completely useless. Good thing is, keep your receipt, and we can return it. You know what happened? I could almost guarantee someone purchased this, thought it came with this. They opened it up, realized that they're missing the main component, which is the hoverboard. They put it back in. I guarantee they accidentally left a bag of bolts there. And here we are. So note to self, keep your receipt. I'm definitely gonna return this just because I can't do anything with it. So this, by the way, is $59 all day long at Walmart. So if you do happen to get one of these, there's nothing wrong. Look them up. The Hoverboard 1 karts are just fine. They're very similar, a little bit different. We will talk about the differences, by the way, in this video as well. So without further ado, let's start with the main component, the hoverboard. Hi, baby. So this one right here, why I chose this one is it's really affordable from Walmart. It's the Plasma X, and it has really cool lava lighting, up to 10 miles an hour, 40 minutes of playtime, cool LEDs, has a built-in Bluetooth speaker, just a lot of cool features, all-terrain tires. You can see the LED lighting in the wheel itself and then throughout the entire hoverboard, and a really cool paint job on the bottom, which we'll get into here in a second. So this was originally pretty expensive. Now Walmart's selling them for $148, which I think is a steal. So we'll go ahead and quickly open this, and then we'll talk about the kart here in a second. So this one should have a seal right here. Make sure the seal is not opened. I did open it, and then I realized the kart was missing stuff, so I had to restart the video. So I just basically cut this seal. So just make sure that seal is not broken. Definitely want a new one. They do sell refurbished. Not a bad way to go if you could save a few bucks. So in here you just basically get an instruction manual and kind of like your warranty card. Register it, you keep that. Rip this tag off. It just tells you not to return it back to the store. You get the main event, which is the hoverboard. Look at that really cool paint job. It really changes from green to purple depending on the angle you look at. So I really like the paint job on this thing. It's really got some beefy tires. You can see all this is LED, including the wheels, battery gauge on top, power plug, power button. Very simple. In this box, I'm surprised how small these chargers have gotten over the years. This right here is your trickle charger. It's just going to do what? 0.4 of an amp at 42 volts, so it's always going to be higher than the 36 volts that are built in, so make sure it can fully charge it. So this is going to take the longest. It does have a little LED light that lights up. I'm assuming it turns green when it's done, if I had to guess. If not, you can just always turn it on and see what the battery life is. So we'll just kind of actually for now we'll charge it off camera here in a second, and then once we charge this and build the kart, we will do a full riding video. We'll see how long this video is. We may break it up. So let's just go ahead and throw all this stuff out of the way for now. It's a good idea to keep some of these boxes and stuff in case yours has a fault here, it doesn't work, or something happens. By the way, pro tip, for $15 you can get a 2-year warranty from Walmart, and they 100% stand behind it. So if you have kids that are rough on stuff, not a bad idea. So $148 for that. Now this one is a little more than the hover one. These ones are normally $79.99, but I was fortunate enough they had a 20% off sale at Walmart. I mean at Target, I apologize. I bought this from Target. They're normally $79.99. They had a sale right now. I paid $55, which was cheaper than the Hover one. And then with tax, it was $60. So it was a little bit cheaper than the Hover one Kart. And it has a couple key features that are different about this, which we'll go into once we build it. So this one's rated for 250 pounds. And this one has LED lights in the front wheel. The other one did not. The other one had a flat black wheel, which is fine. It works just fine. So this one has a few key features, right? So this one's not supposed to have any tape. You just pull these tabs back. I don't see any tape on the box. Hopefully this one is complete. I could already tell you what happened with the other one. I as soon as I took it apart and realized there was no hardware, I was like, man, someone returned this. Should have recognized the square tape. Manufacturers don't put square tape on it like that. But it's not the end of the world. I had a receipt. So open this up. Set it down. Flip it open. Oh, look at the packaging. That's what I'm talking about. So you get the same little booklet and warranty, probably how to build it. Look at the quality of this metal. You know what? I take that back. I'm liking this one better. This is tubular steel, which is much stronger than the other stuff. That's why this one has a higher weight rating. I believe the other one's only 220. So tubular steel. I like it already. Oh, look at the wheel. And it's got LEDs in it. Let's just zip off.
Maybe don't take it all apart and see everything's there.
It is. You can tell this one's brand new. No one would have packaged this stuff like this. There we go, right there. That's what we were missing. We were missing that and the straps. So, and these are the big adjustability bolts. This will allow quick adjustability. Oh, man, these are nice. I don't know which one's going to be better. I wish I had the bolts because I would love to compare the two, but I just don't have everything to complete the other one. So these packages remove moisture, not important. So make sure you have 2 straps, 3 of these adjustable bolts, and then a big old bag of accessories. I don't know if I'm going to build the whole thing on camera because it might take a little longer. What's in here? I tell you what, these are very handy. If you have any electronics or anything and you want to keep them in a box and not get any moisture, those work extremely well. Let's move that. Oh, so this one is adjustable height, which I like. So if you have a kid that's a little shorter, a little disappointing there. It looks like, is that paint? Okay, that's foam or tape. Okay, that could be cleaned off. I thought like it was white, like tore, not painted, but it can be cleaned off. So no big deal. So that is the backrest to your seat. This right here, my friends, are the bars that you will be pulling back and forth to control it. And then last but not least is the seat.
It's cushioned, the other one wasn't.
Hard plastic, yes. You see, she's already catching onto all the stuff. That's cooler. Let's lift this up, make sure there's not a manual, which the manual will probably be in that Jetson thing. Yep. Sorry for the noise. So now we're gonna wrap this. This is gonna be your manual. We're gonna try to quickly do this. We may have to do the review video separately because I don't want this video to get too long. So right here looks like the, yep, these are all the parts. Illustrated book, I love it. So it shows you how to connect the bracket legs, getting started. Then you're gonna wanna start building it. Wow, there is a little bit up to build. Those were actually already made. So you line those up, you tighten them up, you put the poles in those. Okay, so it's really straightforward with a bolt. Everything has a nut and a bolt, looks like. Yep, those clip into there, and then the bolt goes into that. Okay, so honestly, this is gonna take a while to build. There are build videos. I just looked really quickly. These videos could get very long really quickly. So I'm not 100% sure now how this adjusts really quickly. You can see all these holes. These two don't go together. It's this bar goes in between, and these holes are the ones that will adjust the different distances. For like a full-grown adult's gonna want it longer, and then a kid's gonna want it shorter. And then as far as the back seat rest goes. These where you're going to use is for the adjustment of the bar of those as well. This has different holes for different heights. So we're going to set it probably on a higher height. So I don't think it's going to be crazy to build. I think I'm going to build this off camera because it's going to take so long. This video is going to be too long to do the test drive, which I really want to do a quick test drive in this video. So what we'll do is we'll pause, build this. We'll get this thing charged up, which does take a while. Might be in the evening time so you can see the lights a lot better. So I think that'll be cool. You'll be able to see the bright lights here, the lights on the wheels. This thing's going to be decked out, and it feels, I mean, solid. I like the tubular steel. The other one had 2 bars, and this one has a big square tubular steel. So a little different, This one has some plastic. The other one was all metal. So there is differences between the two. And then you adjust these to the right size, tighten them up. You know, you do the straps that hold on these on here like so. So there is quite a bit of adjusting and building. There is quite a few bolts here. You do get the tools you need. I was trying to like get a screwdriver, but then I realized that they actually give you, there's a couple rubber bushings. Make sure you keep those. There's a couple, so there's 1, 2, 3 bolts, and then 2, 3 Allen. So it's 3 big bolts, 3 small bolts, and then these big adjustable ones that will go the distance and then the height of the seat. So it's not terrible. So what we'll do is we'll put this together. We'll point out if anything that was difficult, kind of weird in the manual. We'll point anything out like that. Like I said, give you the tools you need. So what we'll do is we'll pause. We'll build this, charge it up, and then we'll be right back. Hey guys, so we're back. We have the Kart. This thing is definitely fun. It is quick, nimble. So let's quickly talk about a few things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go like this because it likes to tend to creep forward when the levers go forward. So I'm just gonna put it right there while we talk really quickly. So building it was not bad at all. You could almost build this without the manual, double check everything. So these just screw in to hold this plate. It can be adjusted further. This is like the shortest point currently. Not bad at all. They are a little hard to start threading. So I slid the thing off and then started them first, worked it, backed them back off and put them back in. Not a deal breaker. Maybe a little lube will help them. Just simply bolting on the arms. You want these to be all the way tight on either side of it. So these are basically all the way in. Then you tighten up these bolts to keep it from sliding back out. You want the Velcro to be equal on both sides and then pull it as tight as you possibly can underneath. That's very important. The seat adjustment is with this turn little bolt right here. You can just simply turn it and adjust it. It is in the highest setting currently. You can go a little bit lower. I would leave it higher just to keep them from tilting back, a little more protection. What else? The wheel in the front does light up. We were gonna do a video last night, but we didn't realize how long this thing, the first time is gonna take the longest charge. I would say at least 4 or 5 hours. Let it fully charge. Don't rob it if it's full first time charge. After that, it just depends. Runtime depends on weight, how hard you're on it. It could be a lot of factors. They rate this for 40 minutes of play time up to 10 miles an hour. The old one that I had, I thought it was like way underpowered, and it's not bad. It was very close to that speed. I think it was 9 or 10, and it didn't have a runtime. It just said mileage. It went like, I don't know, like 8 miles, 9 miles or something. I don't think they rate it that way no more because they realized like, hey, even if a bigger guy gets on it, he's gonna get at least 40 minutes of play time. So they figured it that way. I think that's a more accurate way of them describing its battery capabilities. Just some quick specs. The Kart itself is rated for 250 pounds, and then the hoverboard itself is rated for 220. So I'm right at that weight limit. It will run me, obviously. Someone lighter will go a lot faster and rip it a lot harder than me. Little kids on these can literally burn out and slide and do some crazy stuff. I watch videos all the time. On gravel, it's tricky. They'll spin, and you know, you gotta be careful. You hit any bumps in the yard, you gotta be careful. My wife tried to drive it in the yard, and it's rough because you hit a bump and then you like jerk that way, and it makes it even worse. So you kind of have to watch that. This has Bluetooth. You can connect Bluetooth without any apps or anything. You just literally go to Bluetooth, connect to it, and it'll allow you to play music. There is an app for this product. I will download it when we do the official full run, like in a big open area where we can rip it and see its speed and all that. That will be a separate video because then this video will be super long. What else? Everything went great together. Remember to calibrate your board. They recommend you calibrate it right out of the box. So all you need to do is find somewhere level, set the board on it, turn them to where they're all level, kind of line them up. You can see if they're twisted. Press, you want to press and hold until you hear a little chime. Once you hear the little music or a chime, then you just continue holding it until you hear calibration is done. You let it go. It's calibrated. Then you want to technically turn it off to make it kind of save that calibration. Then once you turn it back on, it's calibrated. You can carry it any way you want. It's just when you turn it on, it wants to calibrate itself. It needs to be done. That way the motors can be balanced and it can adjust itself. If it starts acting wonky and it beeping, or you know, one wheel spinning more, or it's not lining up, don't be afraid to calibrate it. It can lose the calibration with time or a gnarly wreck. What else? 500 watt motors, very impressive. Not sure the capacity actual battery, I could probably find out, but just 40 minutes of runtime is basically, I think 40 minutes runtime is calculated by being 7 miles an hour for a 100 something pound kid, or like a 100 pound kid or 90 pound kid or something. So that's going to be affected by your weight and the speed you're traveling. One thing I did have I actually looked at the Hover One components, even though I didn't have the hardware. As far as the components go, I like this design better with this tubular steel than 2 bars. I like the fact that this one has cushion and the other one does not. It was a hard plastic tub. It kind of molds so a bigger guy will fit harder in there. This will allow more shapes and sizes of a person to fit. What else? The other one was, I think, metal here. This one's plastic. I don't think that's a deal breaker. We'll see how it holds up, because I will be pushing it to the max with my weight, at least for the hover. Now the Kart itself is rated for 250. I think the other Kart as well is rated for 230 or something like that. So both of them are rated at least for the 220 minimum that the board can do. So really I would just go off of the board capabilities. It is a little bit easier because technically when you put your legs on here, you are relieving at least, I would say, 10-20 pounds of force with your legs pushing on this. So you got to think of it that way. You are relieving a little bit of the weight off the back of it. But still, that's going to affect, like I said, your performance. Just to note, I will say this, with these, you have to be careful. In the summer, I do blacktop, so I know the asphalt is extremely hot, and it's extremely hot outside. They will overheat. Like if you're riding the crap out of it and you're a little bit bigger or whatever, and it's like 100 or 90 degrees outside, these motors can overheat. They'll beep either for overheating, a proper imbalance, or a wheel spin, or low battery. So it's one of those. If you turn it off, turn it back on, and you see the bar has battery, then it's not the battery. If your wheels were spinning crazy, they might have been that, or it needs to be calibrated, or you overheated the motor. So it's one of those. I wish they would have had like 3 beeps for overheat. You know, they could have made it a little simpler, but it gives you an idea that something is going on. The lighting is good on this. We did quickly have it for a short time outside and then started beeping. I think it was actually the calibration and the battery because we didn't charge it all the way. So these lights are very bright. I don't know if the app can change the actual lighting. I will look into that and kind of tell you that in the next full run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my wife jump on here, whip around a little bit. She's new to the game, so don't make fun of her. We just woke up and threw some clothes on and came out here, hence the pajama pants. And I'm gonna have her whip it around because she could definitely whip it faster than I can. Not to say that I can't ride it. You see, I can ride it. It does crazy 360s. It's a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie. And that wheel lights up. Let me back up a little bit. Yeah, take it easy, get used to it, honey. Show them some precision. Look at that, gone. Yeah, don't be afraid, use the bars, don't be afraid. Really putting your foot down doesn't help too much. It's really all about the bars and the control. Like these bars control everything. So it's just like a tank, either one side will turn or the other, or like a, I don't know, skid loader, or, you know, a bulldozer or whatever. It's just independent driven wheels. Holy smokes, you whipped that one. I'll give it to you. That one was a whip. I like it a lot.
It's also such a little area.
Yeah, and you gotta think, this is a very small area she's whipping us in. So if you get in the parking lot, you can have a lot of fun. I wonder if you could like hook shot slide. I've seen videos where kids like go and like do a burnout and gravel and stuff. Like they're pretty fun. Like this one's supposed to have really good all-terrain tires on this one. That's why I wanted this one. It has a good speed. The other ones were like 7, 9. This one's 10. So I really wanted a really nice one. I like that the bottom, lift it up. Well, let me turn it off before you lift it up. So the lighting is in the wheels. It's, you know, all on the deck. It's everywhere. I love it. So press and hold for 3 seconds.
Powered off.
Powered off. The speaker will tell you power on, power off. There is technically a battery and a LED indication light. Are those both batteries, or is it just, what's it say on this side? I can't see it.
Battery and status.
Status. So you have 3 lights for status, and then you have 3 bars for battery. And then spin that. Yeah. Here, let me click it one time. Oh, yeah. So this one had, the wheel was different on the hover one, a little wider, bigger wheel. I mean, there is differences between them, but I'm really liking this cart better. Now, originally this cart was $79. I'm not going to lie, it was more than the other one. The other one was $59 at Walmart. This was $79, but Target had a sale for $55, so it was cheaper than the Walmart cart. With tax, it was $60, and then the board itself is $148 at Walmart, which is technically cheaper to manufacturer, selling it for $149.99. So it's $1 cheaper at Walmart. Give it lit. I guess they're giving you guys the wholesale price. You know, when they buy a bunch of them, I'm sure they're getting a better deal than that. But they're, you know, like, hey, buy it from us cheaper. Free shipping. You know, we have it available in the store, and they still had a couple more. Like I said, the only thing that was short was there was the last hover one. And then it was the last Jetson card at Target as well. So beware of that. If you see tape on them, most likely they've been opened. Mine was missing the hardware tape. My Jetson one did not have tape on it. Everything was packaged. You could tell it was brand new. So just beware of that with, you know, some products being opened. And then the board, make sure it's sealed. It has a round seal. They'll never put square tape on. It has a nice little round seal so you can tell if it's been opened or not. Get you a new one. Register it, and pro tip, if you want to spend $15 and your kids are hard on stuff, Walmart will give you an amazing warranty for $15. You can beat the crap out of it, replacement or repair, so for 2 years. So I think that's worth it. Honestly, if you have kids, they spill water, whatever it is, I don't know. Just say, hey, it doesn't work. You don't have to get into the explanatory part of it and explanation. And I guarantee they don't have one, they'll give you the money, order you another one, repair it, or let you get another one at the store brand new. So that's the cool part about Walmart's warranties. They do have a place. I think Target has a similar thing as well. So I think I could have got one for the cart. So yeah. So all in all, not a bad product. Like I said, it deserves a bigger video, which not a bigger, but a full run video, which will have multiple size people. Maybe we'll get her sister to ride it. We'll get her to ride it. We'll get my nephew and me, like in a bigger area, you know, actually ripping it. We'll make sure we fully charge it and see how it does. Now, I did notice the power brick is much smaller on this one than the older ones. It's like when they first came out, you can see in the pictures they had like a bigger power brick. Now it's a smaller one. They're all trickle charged. I think they're like 0.4 amps. This thing is, I think, 36 volts. I want to say it's 36. Maybe it's 42, but it charges at 42, so it's always a higher number to charge to make sure it gets a proper charge on the actual product. So I think they're 36 volts. Can you flip this up real quick, sweetie? Yeah, just to see underneath.
This part
Or this part, just so I can see the bottom. I want to show them the cool paint job as well. So this paint job will be purple, blue. I don't know if you can see it in that angle. Amazing paint job. Flip it up a little more so maybe I can see. So there's a serial number sticker there. I don't necessarily want to put that on there. Someone else will register it. ULA number. It doesn't say the specs, how many volts or anything. I know for a fact these are at least 36 volts. They could possibly be 42. I think they're 36, and then the 42 is what it takes to charge it. So the chargers, I'm sure you can either replace one if you lose it. You know, they say not to contact the store, go directly to manufacturer, but if you get that warranty, then you'll have to deal with the manufacturer. So there's a lot of caveats there, but I love that paint. Love the color of it. I think it looks really good on that cart. This cart looks amazing. You could get a black one, I guess, but I don't know. It just pops. I think it looks better like this. Honestly, I think it looks really nice, modern. I like it. There is a little bit of stuff I could clean up off of here. I guess like overspray or some of the foam stuff or something got on there. No big deal. I can clean that up. All in all, not a bad product. So I'm going to reserve the full. So far, I could say that it will be fun. I just want to see what it's capable with me, and then see like running it, you know, with speed, and then we'll get a little V-Box to get the speed rating. We'll see who can have it up to the 10 miles an hour. Maybe it'll go a little bit more than 10 miles an hour. I'm sure down a hill it may go a little faster or something, you know. So we'll see what speed we get out of it, what fun stuff, shenanigans we could do with it. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's going to do it for this one. Stay tuned for the full run video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.